Hey guys, it's Toby Rosario, and in today's video, I got a recommendation for a video for one of my subscribers, and he said I should do a video showing assignment contract and a purchase contract. So in this video, we're going to talk about the assignment contract, um, and we'll go over it line by line so you guys can get a better understanding. So this is what I use. I use another one as well. You can, modify the verbiage if you want. There's a ton of them out there. You can just Google assignment contract, and you should find one. Just find one that kind of you're comfortable with. Okay. And just a disclaimer: I am not an attorney, so please check with an attorney and get all your legal questions answered. I'm just telling you what I use. So before anything, I'm just gonna let you guys know I am not an attorney. I don't recommend you use this without consulting with an attorney. All right, so back to the video. So as you can see, it says agreement to assign contract for purchase, for sale and purchase. So if you don't know, essentially this is what gives the buyer the right to your contract that you have with your seller. Okay, so you're gonna assign your rights to the contract with the seller to your end buyer, to your cash buyer. All right, so let's go line by line. So subject property, pretty self-explanatory. Let's just say 123 Main Street. Legal description, I leave that blank. That's only if maybe you have like something included. Then this agreement is made between the assigner, which is you, the wholesaler, and the assignee, which is the cash buyer. Subject property again, 123 Main Street. Buyer, which is you. So it would be subject property 123 Main Street. Signer, your company or your personal name. Okay, your LLC or your personal name, and then the assignee is obviously the cash buyer. Subject property, obviously the property. Whereas buyer, you entered into a purchase and sale agreement with the seller, Mr. Smith, for the purchase of subject property. Whereas buyer, you or your company, wishes to assign its rights and interests in the purchase and sale agreement. It is hereby agreed between the assigner and assignee as follows. So the assigner is you and the assignee is the buyer. Assignee shall pay an assigner an assignment fee in the amount of whatever that assignment fee is, $10,000, $2,000, whatever the case is. Closing is to take place on before. I always put TBD, to be determined, or if you have a set closing date, you can put that there. Assignee is to place a down payment in the amount of, I charge $2,500 to $3,000 for the down payment, with assigner made payable to. Now, this is the title company I use. Surety Title. You can make that. He can make it out to you in your name or the title company, and Surety Title will handle all the title work for the closing. Assigning the buyer accepts all the terms and conditions of the contract and seller purchase between the buyer and the seller in its entirety. Assignee acknowledges receipt of legible copies of the original contract for sale and purchase in its entirety, including all addendums associated with this transaction. All original copies have hereby been initiated by the assignee. Additional terms such as buyer will pay all closing costs. Okay. Disclosures: assigner and affiliate associates make no warranty exposed. You can kind of read what that says. Assignee acknowledges they are conducting a transaction dealing directly with the assigner for the purchase of the subject property. Assignee is not reliant upon or being represented by a real estate broker in this transaction. Okay? And then the assigner, you, print and sign and date. Print, sign, and date. So, that's pretty it. That's pretty much it. It's pretty self-explanatory. Again, I am not an attorney, so I would consult with an attorney and create your own contract, whatever you feel comfortable with, or whatever they recommend. Okay, so I'm just telling you what I use. Excuse me, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty self-explanatory. Again, I use this and another one, and you guys can consult with an attorney or find one that you feel comfortable with doing business with. Okay. That's it, guys. That's another thing. I do have a Facebook group. I'm going to have a link below where you could join my Facebook group. It's free. So you just have to go ahead and click on that link and go ahead and join.